Hi everyone. So let's try to analyze the similarities and differences between the two literature entitled Beowulf and the Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. So both Beowulf, an epic poem, and the Canterbury Tales of Geoffrey Chaucer portrays tapestries of rich characters whose attributes reflect the value, belief, and social constructs present in the time in which they were produced. Beowulf is essentially a report of heroic exploits carried by its very epitome hero, while the Canterbury Tales embrace a great variety of pilgrims whose stories give way to their views of life. Now, in Beowulf, the title protagonist is the archetypal hero. Beowulf is defined by his spectacular strength and undying bravery, along with his unrelenting sense of duty. He fought against powerful enemies such as Grendel's mother, and even a dragon with a purpose merely to protect his people and achieve glory. His heroism is in the Germanic heroic code that hinges on strength, loyalty, and honor. On the other hand, the Canterbury Tales, heroism is depicted much more clearly. In it, the knight is said to be chivalrous and battle-wise and has been to many crusades. Compared to Beowulf, the heroism of the knight is a bit toned down by his humility and piety. He fights not for vainglory, but for good and the common good as well as in service of his faith. Here again, this is perfectly chivalric code from the medieval period with all that entails not merely martial prowess, but virtues such as courtesy and religious devotion as well. Both works offer windows into social structures. Beowulf offers us a strictly hierarchical society, with kings and warriors at the top of the rungs. Beowulf himself was a warrior who became a king. Such is a reflection of how martial skill and leadership would take one up to the power ladder. The Canterbury Tales, on the other hand, offers a cross-section of medieval society from the noble knight to the humble plowman. This diversity gives Chaucer the opportunity to poke fun at points within that society, such as, for example, through such characters as the pardoner and the friar, showing the corruption of the church, as well as the social mobility and how that had influenced society, satirized through the merchant and the wife of Bath. This makes it possible for Chaucer to range over more extensive areas of human experience and social condition than what is confined within the narrower story of Beowulf. While individual heroism holds the priority of the interests of Beowulf, it is Beowulf's acts that are his own and his identity draws closely from his individual exploits and family. The legend of Beowulf is a personal tale of valor and searching for eternal fame. On the other hand, the Canterbury Tales revolves around the personal experiences of the pilgrims. Tales such as characters not only become parts of the story but also very much reveal much about what their respective personalities and social standings are. The activity of the pilgrimage itself could be said to be something they all share, thereby showing a very distinct pattern in how interconnected their lives and stories were. Beowulf's moral background is defined mainly and significantly by the heroic code, a definition of value that attributes strength, courage, loyalty, and greatness. The motivation to protect his people and to achieve eternal glory is what drives Beowulf in his battles against monsters. It is the struggle of good and evil as he does fight for good. The moral and ethical values, however, are infinitely more complex and diverse in the Canterbury Tales, incarnating virtues of old-time piety and honor, for example, are the parson and the knight, whereas the pardoner, and the wife of Bath subvert those values through their actions and stories. Chaucer thus once again confers subtle contours to morality but reflects the various perspectives of his characters in it. Although Beowulf and the Canterbury Tales are two vastly different stories in terms of narrative structure and thematic focus, both novels are full of wonderful characterization which reflects moral and social dynamics of the respective period. Compared to the lonely heroism of Beowulf, the pilgrims in Chaucer are diverse and often contradictory, but both drive home the intricacies of humanity and the societies in which they live. These works just keep talking to the readers as long as the eternal verities of human experience find a way in through the characters. And that would be all. Thank you for watching.